everybody. Sarah here.
Lori here.
Welcome back to another episode of Mindful Witchery Podcast.
This will be 42.
42.
Crazy.
Crazy town. I can't believe it. It's every episode I just can't believe it.
And I don't know why we can't believe it. I mean, there's so many things for us to talk about, and, you know, if we could have put everything we ever talked about on here, we'd be like on episode 85.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. At least like 185.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if we did 30-minute episodes of everything we've ever talked about.
Oh my gosh.
We'd be so popular right now.
Yeah.
I know sometimes I wish I just had like a tape recorder thing that just constantly recorded. Mm-hmm. And just like when I started talking about something interesting.
Oh, yeah.
One of my crazy ideas.
Because I always forget. Like, I'll go, oh, man, we talked about that, but I don't remember exactly what we said. And no.
Like, we'll go back and talk about it, but, you know. Well, this episode, we figured we'd do something a little bit different.
Yes.
So what we're going to do today is we didn't think about doing this till like right now. Uh-huh. So we didn't have time to reach out to you guys for questions, but I've seen this done on another podcast where they brought up a random question generator and they just answered all these random questions. And some of them were funny and some of them were like more in depth, and I figured we could do that.
And you guys could answer on Instagram or on Facebook.
Yes, most definitely.
And if nothing else, it's something to think about.
Yes. Questions to ask yourself.
Yes.
So I'm just going to bring this up. I'll probably just scoot around because it's a list.
And we were just talking about how it's hard to get stimulated in the summertime. These are the kinds of things that stimulate your brain.
Most definitely. So I think this could be fun. I'm going to have you pick out the questions.
Okay.
By saying a number. So it's...
oh, I love doing this.
Mm-hmm. So there is 340 questions.
Oh, wow.
So pick a number.
340.
What's something common from your childhood that will seem strange to future generations?
Oh, my goodness. I guess the first thing to come to mind. Mm-hmm. Riding in the back of the truck and not having to wear a seatbelt.
Yeah.
That's going to be alien to kids in the future. It's probably already alien to them now, but we had a pickup truck and we'd go to the store, which was 30 minutes away.
Yep.
Riding in the back of the pickup truck.
And no seatbelts.
No seatbelts.
Or the station wagons where the seats backwards. Uh-huh. Do they even have those anymore?
I don't think they have those anymore.
Yeah, and you look out the back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to my mind was Pogs. Do you remember Pogs?
Pogs were those... Yeah. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And like the Slammers, and it was a game, but nobody played the game. Everybody just collected the Pogs.
It's kind of like Pokemon cards. Nobody plays the game, they just collect the cards.
It was the same thing, and like I had the biggest Pog collection. I was so proud of my Pog collection. Had no idea how to play the game, but that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Very cool.
Next question.
125.
Let's see. Ooh. What's something that absolutely everyone in the entire world can agree on?
Oh my goodness.
I was going to say air. Air is good.
Air is good. We have to breathe. Mm-hmm. Gosh, that's tough. We all need sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you deny it, you need sleep.
But I still know people who would argue about anything. I mean, I could say, oh, look how pretty and blue the sky is today. It's not blue.
Look at the chemtrails.
And
Oh my God, I know. It's so hard to...
It's so hard to stay positive, but do it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yes.
All right.
1.
Ooh. What weird food combinations do you really enjoy? Eggs and peanut butter.
Wow. I don't know if I can top that one or not. Food combinations that I enjoy. Oh gosh, these are tough. I like... Oh gosh. I guess I'd have to say probably it is texture. It's a texture thing because it feels good. Crackers and chicken gravy.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I would eat that.
Like a really good thick chicken gravy with crackers.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Have you ever had one of those chicken in a biscuit crackers?
Yeah.
They're so good.
They're good.
That's what it reminds me of.
Those are great things for dips.
Oh, my God. I haven't had one of those for so long. All right. Next question.
279.
279. This is perfect for us. What topic could you spend hours talking about?
Oh my gosh. Zinc Monuments.
Zinc Monuments.
Zinc Monuments. I bore the shit out of people because of Zinc Monuments. Yes.
Oh my God. There's a few topics that I could talk for hours about. I think, honestly, the most recent one, which is going to sound terrible, but I like am obsessed with learning about it right now, is the American eugenics movement. Mm-hmm. I think about it every day and like research it every day, and I'm obsessed. I can't
That's
stop.
how I'm about Zinc Monuments. I'm like, there's got to be something I don't know.
Yeah, right? There's so much I don't know. So many connections I haven't made yet. Mm-hmm. So if you are also into history and could talk forever and ever about this topic, I would love to hear from you. In my head, I keep seeing the number 228.
Okay.
So we got to go there. What animal would you most like to eat? I don't know about this. My intuition's off.
I mean, is it an animal that I haven't eaten that I would like to eat? I don't know.
Let's do this. What meal would you most like to eat now? I'm going to switch this question around.
Oh gosh. Let's see. Country style steak and gravy with potatoes. And green beans. And a biscuit. That's it for me.
An ice cream cake with those crunchy things inside, like from Friendly's. Yeah. What are they called? Carnival cakes or something? Oh, yeah. All right. My intuition's off, so you keep picking numbers.
Let's see. I'm going to go with 114.
Ooh. When is censorship warranted?
That's a tough one because I don't really believe in censorship. So, but at the same time, I think censorship, I think of it in a lot of different ways. I think if you're talking about a topic that could trigger someone, I think that there has to be some sense of censorship, and I would include a warning, a trigger warning.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw something about this the other day on Facebook. There was a woman who had posted some information about, it was a cemetery group, and she had posted two cemetery stones that she literally just found randomly out in the middle of nowhere out on her property.
Oh, wow.
And they were babies.
Oh, man.
And somebody suggested that maybe she should put a trigger warning.
Okay, yeah.
And then there was a lot of people who agreed with that, but then there were a lot of people who disagreed with it, who said, you can't just censor things just because somebody's sensitive, and that's not why you do trigger warnings.
Yeah.
You do it because there are people who have had miscarriages and who have lost children. Yeah. It's not that you're trying to sugarcoat anything, and that's how a lot of people see trigger warnings. Yeah. So I don't think that's the case. I think a trigger warning was totally warranted. I've done trigger warnings before.
We did in our last episode, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Because we talked about suicide, we talked about eating disorders, addiction, which could be extremely triggering.
So I think if you qualify trigger warnings as some type of a censorship, then that I think is. Did I just answer the question or not? Oh, when is it warranted? Yeah. I think I just did. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's when it's warranted. I agree.
I think I'm right there with you. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think there's certain situations of appropriateness that may not be answering the question, but especially if there's there's certain ways to behave around certain types of people, like when kids are around, don't talk about having sex with your partner. Yeah. Right? Or there's appropriateness, I think. So I think that's the best answer I got. But I do agree with you with trigger warnings and stuff. Yeah.
All right. So what about number 211?
Ooh, these questions are great.
Nice.
What's the most overrated product out on the market?
The most overrated product. Let's see.
Anime. I said it.
You said it.
We're going to lose so many followers.
My son would die of a heart attack if he heard you saying that right now. He loves this anime. His girlfriend loves it.
This is a heated topic among many. When I officially announced this, I thought people were going to kill me. I had people message me I had no idea, Sarah. I said something like I was racist or something. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, I had no idea you were this way.
Yeah, I had no idea. I'm shocked.
I am shocked and dismayed. You have completely ruined my feelings about you.
Same thing when I say I don't want kids. It was the same kind of reaction.
Crickets chirping.
You hate children? I'm like, I don't hate you because you like anime.
Right.
It's just not for me.
Right,
I don't like most cartoons, to be honest with you.
I don't know. There are so many useless things on this planet. I just can't even, like... I mean, all I can think of to say is, like, Fox News.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I think there's a few, honestly. Yeah. Ketchup.
Really? Oh, now DJ,
No,
my son, would
I
have
like
to just be so upset with you over that one.
I say that because in Carson's family, you don't eat ketchup. You do not eat ketchup, and I actually like ketchup. I do. I love ketchup.
Now, if we're talking about useless foods, I guess I'd have to say bread and butter pickles or tartar sauce.
Oh, bread and butter pickles can just disappear.
Yeah.
I hate tartar sauce,
Beets.
too. Oh, yeah.
I know they're healthy, but they're totally, as far as taste goes, they're useless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diet pills.
Yep.
Diet influencers who don't have degrees.
Yes. There you go.
All right. Oh, I just saw this, and so I definitely have to read it. What's the weirdest thing you found lying on the ground or side of the road?
The weirdest thing I found on the side of the road? Oh, my husband and I were driving down the Pali Highway in Hawaii, and we saw on the side of the road, and both of us joke about this still to this day, a water, like a tube that you wear around you, like a floaty, with Batman on it. And it was sticking up so that Batman was like looking all alert.
Oh my
God.
God.
That's probably the weirdest thing I've seen on the side of the road.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think. Something recently I found was a unicorn head sticking out of the ground. And it was like somebody made some kind of like shrine.
Weird.
Like I literally, if I didn't look down, I wouldn't have saw it.
Now that's just crazy.
Yeah, and it's weird because in this very spot, there's always a different toy. Every time I walk by, there's usually something different. Like there was a naked Barbie there once, like posed like she was laying down. Near my house. It's always in the same spot.
That's crazy.
It's a little weird. Yeah. All right.
Number 4.
Let's see. What's something you really resent paying for?
Oil. Heating oil.
That was what I was going to say.
So totally resent writing that check. It makes me crazy, especially since our house is heated.
Yep.
Our hot water heater is heated with oil.
Yeah.
I have to buy oil in the summertime. It
is so expensive. If you guys don't pay for oil,
so annoying.
You're very lucky. It's
so annoying.
Expensive here. I don't know what it's like other places, but
it's like taking a check and literally burning it.
Yeah.
That is definitely my top one.
It's so silly. Oh my God. There's a few things I resent paying for. One of them is feminine products. I know. Education.
Yeah. Why do we pay for education? Why can't we just have it?
Why am I in debt for the rest of my life for something everybody tells us to do and that we should be able to do cheaply or for free? That's what I want to know.
And I guess the other one for me would be, why do we have to pay for doctor's visits and medicine? Healthcare. There's my other one. I'm a socialist. I'm sorry.
There would be so many less problems.
I should be able to just take my driver's license, put it on the counter at the doctor's office, and they say, okay, we'll see you next.
Yep. Yeah.
And the other, and I think even more specific is why older people, senior citizens, have to pay for medications and healthcare. My mother should have been able to, when she turned 65, should have been able to show her ID, and they should have been giving her anything she needed.
So angry.
Yep,
I'm getting furious right now. Like in dental care, why isn't dental care part of our thing?
Dental insurance is such a racket.
It is the biggest scam. For real. Like Lori, actually yesterday I got 2 crowns done. I don't know. I think my face isn't as swollen now. I got 2 crowns done, and I got what's it called? A cavity filled while they were in there. And come to find out, our new dental insurance, I don't mind talking about this at all, only covers $1,500 a year for everything. And that's the best dental insurance we could get.
That's bad. And
so I was very shocked when they're like, you have to pay full price for this. So that's the reality in America if you don't live here, is that there goes half of our down payment for our house. I was so, it's like, and there's nothing you could do because you need it done.
Yep.
Like, I'm going to lose my teeth if I don't get these done, right? So it's, God damn it.
Yeah, it's bad.
It sucks. So now I can't eat nuts on this side of my mouth. It's terrible.
That was the anger question.
Yeah. Oh. All right, let's do it. I love these.
10.
Fun. What are some red flags to watch out for in daily life?
When someone lies.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody lies. That's a big one for me.
Yep. When somebody you consider a friend or somebody that you're working with continuously talks and never asks how you're doing or interrupts you when they do ask you a question to talk about themselves. Huge red flag. Get away from those people. Not worth it.
Making you feel like you're to blame when it's something that they've done.
Or you're there to serve them somehow because
Yes.
you're friends. Not worth it.
There you go.
Mm-mm.
Number 99.
I just listened to that song the other day. Got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. That's Kanye, right?
I think
pretty sure,
I
yeah.
think so, yeah.
Which of your vices or bad habits would be the hardest to give up?
Wow. Goodness. That's a tough one. That requires me to self-analyze.
I think for me it's people pleasing and me wanting to feel appreciated or respected. So, like, habitually, I tend to overanalyze situations and cater to other people and not take care of my needs first. I put other people's needs first. So I think that's it for me.
Me being an introvert is not something I'm willing to give up.
Yeah.
I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. There's no
Yeah,
way
I wouldn't
that I
give that
could.
up.
There's no way. Even.
Yeah.
I'm totally unreasonable about it. I'm totally unreasonable. I'm not even willing to take a step forward or backwards in any way in my introverted life.
That's interesting. Like my people pleasing is something that I want to give up, but that's something that you don't. I don't think I want to give up my introvertness either. Like, I like that about myself.
That's me. I like.
Yeah.
I like the way I am as far as disappearing for 3 or 4 months at a time and then reemerging as a totally different person, or doing the things that I have to do to stay away from anxious situations, and anxious situations always involve crowds.
Yeah.
For me.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Number 20.
What's the most epic way you've seen somebody quit or be fired?
Ooh.
I have to think about this one.
Actually, the funniest thing I've ever seen anybody do when they quit a job is actually it wasn't funny. It was really gross, but they walked out in the parking lot, or they walked out of the store. The store had these revolving doors, and it was a double door situation. You walked out, and the first ones were electric, and then you were in this little hallway, and kind of like grocery stores. He peed out in the middle of the between the two doors.
Damn.
Yeah, he was done. He was like, "F you, I'm done.
I have to pee. I'm done.
Clean this up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure they never rehired him. I'm sure he probably doesn't have a job because was that kind of guy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Probably doesn't have a job.
No. And that's kind of one of those things people imagine, and he did it.
He did it.
He did it. He lived the dream. Oh my God. So I'm trying to think of like situations. Like, I've been in situations people just don't show up for work and they just ghost.
I've seen people just walk out.
Yeah. Oh God, I've wanted to do that so many times at jobs. I mean, honestly, I think the most epic way you can leave a job is by telling the truth about why you left to the boss. And I have done that many
truth.
times.
Absolutely. That is epic. Speak your truth.
Yeah. I wrote a letter. Actually, I could probably say their name. Shelburne Fall Coffee Roasters. It was one of the most toxic environments I've ever worked in. And Lori knows that I've worked in some pretty toxic environments. This one was one of the worst. I actually wrote a letter when I left explaining why I left and the toxic behaviors of the people who own that place and the environment they put their employees under. And I just left. I didn't even give my 2 news. I'm like, I'm done. Like, don't yell at me. Like, who do you think I am? Do you think I'm like 17 years old and am I going to sit here and take it? Like, no.
And you're doing everyone a favor by doing that.
Speak up.
Yeah, speak up.
Yeah.
Speak your truth.
Yeah, and that's why now I'm picky about getting jobs.
Don't pee in between the doors.
Yeah. Trust me, I've worked enough with a lot of toxic people to learn by now that I'm not just going to take a job anymore. It's just, it's not worth it. It's really not.
It isn't.
No. Mental health is more important.
Yay!
And getting paid what you're worth.
That's it. 199.
Ooh. What's the best way you or someone you know has gotten out of a ticket, trouble with the law?
Oh, mine's the best. It's not somebody else's, mine. We had lived here in Belchertown. We had just moved to Belchertown, but we had been in Massachusetts for probably, it was about 6 years. And I was driving down one of the straightaways out here that was a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and I was trying to get home to Palmer. And I was driving down the road. It was a 35. All of a sudden, I hear the lights behind me. Wee, woo, wee, woo, wee, woo. He pulls me over, and he says to me, do you know how fast you were going? I said, you know what? I said, honestly, I pulled off the biggest Southern accent you've ever heard. Officer, I really, really didn't. And I'm so sorry. I was on my way home, and I'm not really familiar with this area very much. And I had no idea that it was 35 instead of 45. I am so sorry. And he let me go. I was going 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. He let me go.
I said, use what you got.
Use what you got. And I got Southern. Mm-hmm. So he was like, where are you from? I said, oh, we're from North Carolina. Oh, how long have you been up here? Oh, not long.
No, not long at all.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am an advocate for use what you got to get out of a ticket.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Well, I've gotten many tickets in my life, mm-hmm. and I get out of a lot of them because I cry.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
And at first, it wasn't intentional. It's because I get so anxious, I just start crying.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I learned as a teenager that you can really milk it. Mm-hmm. Where I would get so hysterical mm-hmm. that they wouldn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, especially if it was a big old dude. I would just make shit up. Being like, I have diarrhea, or like,
oh my god, so bad.
My boyfriend just broke up with me, and I'm like, somebody's in the hospital. I know this is terrible. I hope no cops are listening to this. I have not gotten pulled over for years, but
that's me. I've never had a speeding ticket, not my whole life.
That was my biggest issue when I moved from the Boston area
mm-hmm.
up to Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while to understand that people don't speed here.
Mm-hmm.
Also took me a long time to realize people there don't know how to drive either. So I just kind of had to work with that.
So work with what you got.
Yeah, work with what you got.
Show me what you're working with. There you go. 166.
What brand are you most loyal to?
Oh, wow. I'm loyal to a lot. Cabot cheese. Cabot cheese, Skippy peanut butter, Hellman's mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm going over food. I guess maybe I could get out of the food realm a little bit. Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Super loyal to Apple. Apple products, Apple computers, Apple iPhones. Super loyal to them, mostly because I don't know how to use anything else and I get nervous. But, yeah, Apple is a big one. Those are mine.
I keep thinking about food. Like,
I'm so picky. About, I'm not picky about much. So when I go to Aldi's, I can usually find everything I want at Aldi's, but not mayonnaise. Yeah. I will pay $5 for a container of mayonnaise because it's Hellman's.
Because we've tried others.
Yeah, we've tried.
No, that's the one.
And cheese, I'm sorry. Cheese,
Cabot,
anything other than Cabot cheese for me tastes like cardboard.
Do you like Grafton?
Hmm?
Grafton cheese? Have you tried that?
I don't think I've tried it.
You'd like
I probably won't.
There is actually no. It's like it reminds me of Cabot. It's like the same deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it tastes the same, but that's just me. They have a sage cheese that's really good.
We take our semi-annual trips to Vermont to go to Middlebury to go to the Cabot cheese factory and all that. Oh yeah.
Here I'm talking about cheese. I can't even eat it, but I know how good it is. But super Grafton. Fan. There's the one in Brattleboro. Mm-hmm. You can go in and buy all the cheese there. Nice. It's like on Route 30 near the retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Worth checking out. There's like a little farm there. Teddy's peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can't get anything else. Like no other peanut butter compares for me. Oh God, I love peanut butter so much. I probably talked about that a million times. Let's see. I don't say I'm loyal to like any technology because it's just not.
I've just always, I remember having an iPhone way back when iPhone was just an iPhone, not an iPhone 6.
Yeah.
It was just an iPhone.
Yeah.
And I'm so totally loyal to Apple. because the phone anticipates my moves. And I like that.
Yeah.
Because I like it. I like it when it dumbs everything down for me. It's so easy to use. I had a Samsung one time, and I had it for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And couldn't deal.
Yeah.
And I ended up going back to iPhone.
I went from Apple. I used Apple most of my 20s. And then I started converting when I met Carson, because he's an anti-Apple dude. He builds computers, and he taught me how to use like Android and like all that, and I can't go back. I tried using Apple, I'm like, I don't understand this. So
it's like two totally different sides of the brain.
Yeah.
And Apple computers are the same way. I had to get used to, for work, using a Windows 10 operating system.
Yep, that's what I have. Yeah.
And I had to really focus on the other side of my brain. Because everything Apple does is the opposite. Even where you X out of a program, it's on the opposite side, and it's weird. And
it is.
It's been hard because I had to use Windows 10 operating system.
Yeah.
I had to. I'm like, could you guys get Apple? No.
Like, I would love an iPhone, but then like I can't make it compatible with anything else I own.
Yep.
So it's not worth it.
So that's what we have. We have Apple computers. All of us have iPhones, and we've just always gone with Apple. And it's weird because Apple's so limited in terms of, if it doesn't convert to other things, don't convert to Apple. You you just can't use it.
You just can't. Like, I have an iPad and I can't use it because I don't have, to me it's too much because it doesn't connect with anything else I own. I have to get all these new cords. I'm like, I'm done.
We literally have every Apple iPad from the first one all the way to now. Yeah, we just bought a new one. We bought that Apple Pro.
Is that
iPad
the one with
Pro.
you can draw on it and stuff? See, I would want one of those because a bunch of the illustrators that I watch have Procreate, and they can draw, and they do amazing stuff. It would make my life easier. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not gonna spend the money on it.
Yeah, we just bought the iPad Pro.
Oh, nice.
We have everything from there all the way down to the first iPad that I got for Mother's Day one year.
That's awesome.
Roger pre-ordered it
Aww.
for me for Mother's Day. And that thing still works.
That's
you
awesome.
can't update it. But it's still, I can still watch YouTube. I can still, if I'm in the car, I can use, whatever I'm doing. Yeah.
Cool. It's all the updating that totally turns me off. It's like you use it for a year and then you have to spend another couple $100 to update it. That's what happened with my Apple. My Apple only lasted 8 months.
I have a 2013 MacBook that is still just as good as it was the day I got it.
I had the MacBook. It didn't work. I tried. It was the battery in it. I had to keep replacing the battery. They couldn't fix it. And then one day the battery exploded and killed my computer.
Oh my gosh.
And all my artwork in school.
That sounds awful.
Oh, it was terrible. And I'm like, I'm never going back.
I had all the way back to, I had one of those iMacs that looked like a toilet seat. It was blue. It was a lappy.
Oh my God.
It was really, I had one of those, and I had it until I took it to Sun Computers, and they told me at some point you're going to have to let go. He literally said to me, he's like, we can't do anything for this.
Yeah.
This was made in 1999.
Oh my God.
It's cute, but there's nothing we can do with it.
Yeah.
So I left it with them to recycle. And no, I took it home. I talked to Roger about it. He took it back to them to recycle. I find out just actually no more than a couple weeks ago, it's worth tons of money because it was in its original state, had its original case with it, everything.
God.
It was worth tons of money. I'm like, what? Why did I do that? But I loved it. I wish they would make those again. If they would make those again, I just call them toilet seats. They made them in pink, orange, blue, dark blue.
I'll totally get an orange one. That sounds awesome.
And
you wonder if they will. They'll bring the retro one. People would buy it.
I'd buy it.
People would totally buy it.
I'd go out and totally put money on my credit card for one of those. Absolutely. Okay.
One last question.
8.
And if it's a bad question, you just answer.
Okay.
Oh, perfect way to end this. Where are some of the most unusual places you've been to?
I'd say Jaipur, India, because I just never been anywhere that spiritual in my life. It's the Pink City. And I got to go to all these different forts, and I got to go into to a castle that was actually immersed in water.
Oh, wow.
And just the whole spirituality and the people were just different from anything I've ever experienced. India changed my life forever. So I guess that's the most unusual place I've ever been.
I like that. I'm trying to go through my memory bank.
Well, you've been everywhere, so that's going to be hard for you.
I'm mostly thinking of situations. I've been in some of the craziest situations that I think back, I'm like, what happened? So I can think of places. So Bennington, Vermont.
Oh my gosh.
The whole area, Troy.
You and I totally agree on that. Bennington is weird.
Brattleboro, Vermont. Orange, Massachusetts.
Oh my God. Vermont in general.
Honestly, good chunks of Florida. A situation, and this will be my last one. I was in somewhere random, middle of nowhere, Northern California. I just got out of the Vipassana retreat. It was a 10-day silent retreat. And California, especially Northern California, goodness, this was 7 years ago now, there was a lot of pot farms. I mean, there still is. And there would be a lot of outdoor festivals and things like that. And I don't know if any of you have heard of Rainbow Kids before. Have you heard of the Rainbow Kids? Oh. So basically, I'm probably going to botch this, but basically there are these groups, caravans of people, kind of like gypsy travelers, and they're called the Rainbow Community. And they just travel all together, and they're called the Rainbow Community or something. And Rainbow Kids is a very open community. There's usually a lot of drugs associated. There's very free whatever, usually a lot of hippies, and not making all those associations together, but you kind of get the general idea.
The general gist.
So there are people traveling out there called Rainbow Kids, and I have a hard time with them because most of my experiences, they're annoying, and they're usually high on drugs, like acid and usually pretty out there for me. So I was on my way back from this Vipassana retreat, and I met this girl there, and she was so nice and lovely, and she needed a ride. And I was headed in that direction. It was a couple hours, and she was awesome, and we took a drive, and oh my God, Lord. We went to this co-op, and there she saw a bunch of people she knew, and they were all Rainbow Kids.
Oh gosh.
And I'm I remember standing there meeting them, and I'm pretty sure they were all tripping at the time. But I was so zen because I just got out of a 10-day meditation retreat. I was just so I just want to experience everything. And we ended up sharing a hotel room with these 3 people, me and her. And I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but I'm I'm just going to get some sleep, right? And everybody's just going to go to sleep, right? No, Lori. For some reason, I ended up paying for this hotel alone. I ended up paying for it. All night, they were tripping on acid, and one of the girls kept going outside to lick the pavement because there were snails out there, and she said that the snail trails gave her energy. So she kept...
Oh my God. Sarah. Oh my God.
So she kept going outside, licking the snail trails, and they were sitting on their chairs, feet on the chairs, rolled up in a ball, on their tippy toes, going up and down and singing, and they trashed the room.
Oh no.
They trashed the room. They chairs were upside down. They made a fort, and one of the guys, I don't know if there was any mental illness involved, but he thought he was a bear.
Oh my gosh.
And people called him that. And so I think there was some mental illness involved, but I'm not sure. I didn't know him, but he was a bear, and he was in his human suit. So I played around. I was just you know what? To each his own.
Whatever.
They seemed very nice people. The other girl kept she was somewhere else. There was 3 of them, and the girl that I met, who she just thought it was all normal. And like, I don't know. I remember sitting up once and they were all sitting on my bed because I fell asleep because I was exhausted, and they were all sitting on the end of my bed and like just staring at the wall, and like, that's my story.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a good place to end.
Don't lick Snail Trails. It's not magic.
Do not pick up people that you meet at retreats.
No, don't pick up people that you meet at co-ops.
That's true.
In Northern California.
Scary.
So...
And that's a good place to end.
That's my story.
That's something to contemplate.
I hope you enjoy. This was fun.
Yeah,
It was fun. Again, there's so many other lists and stuff. So if you guys want, send us different numbers between 1 and 340, and then maybe during episodes we can answer your random questions.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey.
Join us on this trip. Talk to you soon.
Bye.